Hey guys, welcome. This is going to be our frog dissection, and what you're going to do is you're going to follow along in your notebook as I go through our dissection with this frog, following along what takes place in your notebook. So, as I go through this, make sure you are answering the questions and following along with the dissection lab in your notebook. So first, we're going to start off with the external features, so things that are on the outside of the frog before we actually dissect and get into the internal structures. So first, what we want to do is make sure that the frog is on its belly, which we already have here. And then the second thing is we're going to take a look at these legs. Okay, notice that the legs are extremely large, okay, in comparison to their arms. Okay, this is the guy's arm right here. It's a lot smaller than the legs, right? These are extremely powerful and full of muscles. Okay, so you can see there's a lot more muscle to these legs than in the arms. Okay, so at which system would these muscles of the legs belong to? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look first at the eyes. Okay, so these eyes you can see are right here. There's one, and then there's another one right here. Okay, so these eyes are actually being covered by two eyelids. So if I pull this down, I pull it down, you can kind of see another eyelid underneath. That is actually the eye. This is the watertight eyelid, so that way water doesn't get to his eye. And you can see it's just underneath there. Okay, so just underneath there is our other eyelid. Um, the eyes, since they are sensing things that are being seen by the frog, are part of which system? Okay, so after we've taken a look at the eye, right, we can see that eye. We also notice that if this is the eye, there's another circular thing right here. Okay, you can kind of see that right there. And he has one again behind this eye. So here's the eye, and then here's that circular right around here. All right, so these are called the tympanum, and that is their eardrums. Okay, the tympanum is their eardrums, which translates the sound from the vibrations to the brain. So since this is the tympanum translating vibrations from sound up to the brain, this would be part of what system? Which body system? All right. So after we've located that, okay, we can also see if we look at the front of the frog, okay, if the frog's looking at us, there are two small holes right here. There's another hole right here. It's difficult to see in the camera, but you can kind of see it. There we go, a little bit right there. All right, that is the nose. Okay, the nostrils where they're able to breathe in their air. All right, so the nose is able to breathe in, getting the sense of smell. So with this, it would be attached to, again, what system transferring information from smell to the brain? Okay, so when we look at the thumb pads to determine if this is a male or female, okay, we're actually going to flip it over. Okay, these would be a female because the males have much larger thumb pads. Okay, and they are definitely noticeable if I had a male frog. They're a lot larger, but this would be a female frog due to the smaller thumb pad. So this area located right here. Okay, so when we go to some of the internal structures, we're going to start with it on its back, just so we can really see what's inside the head. So when we pull it up, okay, we would stick our scissors inside of its mouth and then open the scissors to allow it to open. Okay, that allows you to clearly see the tongue. Okay, that's that yellowish thing right in there, and that's our tongue. But notice that for me, it's difficult to keep it open. If I remove the scissors, it doesn't come out. So some of the first incisions that we will need to make are we're going to break their jawbone. So we're going to cut back. You're going to put the scissors all the way back to the edge of its mouth. It's kind of hard to close, and if you push real hard, the scissors shut. You can hear it pop. There we go. So that one. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Push it all the way back and as far as it can go. Once it's stopped, you've hit that jawbone and you're going to cut. And when you make that cut, there you go. You heard it kind of pop. That now makes it so much easier for us to see what's actually inside of that mouth. Okay, so some of these internal structures are the tongue. Okay, our tongue is right here. That's the first and biggest thing you're going to see. Okay, some of the other things you're going to see is if you look on the underneath part of it. Okay, these bulging structures right here are actually the eyeballs. Okay, so if I push on that structure, if I push on that structure in here, you can see that the eye moves on the outside. Okay, that is the eyeball on these two right here. Okay, get the tongue out of the way. Okay, these two structures down here, those are the eyeballs. And then you also have those nostrils, okay, right in here. So these two structures are nostrils. Okay, so their maxillary teeth are right here on the edge. Okay, and if you could feel it, it kind of feels like sandpaper, kind of rough. Will catch a little bit, but it's not too bad. Right, and then if we look down into the throat of the frog, okay, we can actually see that this frog was actually still eating something. It looks like. So if I pull it out, there's some part of the bug right there. So when this guy died, he was in the middle of lunch or dinner. So look at that. So you never know what you're going to get when you're opening these guys up, right? But that's our first part of our frog, all right? And so that's all of our external stuff that we would look at. What we're going to do next is we're going to go with our incisions and we're going to make a cut right across his belly. Okay, so that's going to be part 2 of our video.